Hey guys, today we're going to be reviewing the app Glucose Blood Sugar Tracker, so let's get into it. Right away, load up screen wasn't anything too fancy, just kind of basic, and the first screen you see is kind of weird honestly. It's got like a quarter of the screen's white and then the rest of it's black, so that's a little odd, but it looks like you don't have to create an account to get into the app, and you can just go ahead and create a record right away. So this looks like it's the log. So you can enter in whatever you record your glucose at, which is say 100. You can record if you administered any insulin, the time of day that you measured this in relation to like meals and exercise, and it looks like it's pretty specific too. And you can also enter the exact date and time that you recorded your blood sugar, so that's cool too. And you can also add additional notes. And you have those same options of like time and day in relation to breakfast and exercise and things like that. You can record the date and time as well and do additional notes for weight. And it looks like you can do that for all these things too: blood sugar, insulin, medications, carbs, temperature, A1C, and ketones. Let's go back to insulin for a sec. So I guess you can't put in the type of insulin. I'm trying to tap and type something in, but it's not letting me. You can do the units though, and the other three things that all of them have as well. And medications, I'm having trouble adding medications too. I don't know if that's supposed to be like that, but can't add them from there. So Alright, I'm just gonna go back then. Let's check out insights. So I guess it looks like over the span of 7 days, 30 days, it tells you your average glucose over that time period, which is nice, easy to remember. You don't have to calculate it yourself. Same thing with blood pressure. And it also looks like you can create reports of that data for glucose, weight, blood pressure, everything. And you can do that. You can customize it if you want at last 7 days, last 14 days, 30 days, all the way up to a year. So another nice feature. And it looks like you can do that in PDF or CSV, which I believe the CSV works better for Excel spreadsheets. But pretty cool features to have here, all within a glucose tracking app. And it looks like so this is where they monetize the app and make you pay more for some of the better features. But you get, with the plus version, you get estimated A1C calculation, advanced insights, which I'm not sure what those insights would be, and graphing access, full access as opposed to weekly. So we'll look at that in a second too. I wanted to talk about the estimated A1C calculation for a second. Now, I think that could be something, depending on how accurate it is, the estimation could make the entire app, the premium feature, worth it. It's only $2.50 a month, which is, about the price of a cup of coffee, if you think about it that way, and just $30 a year. So if you have that estimated A1C calculation, and you're only paying $30 a year to have that information, it could definitely be worth it if you do struggle with keeping track of that, going to get your blood work done, and it could just help you be healthier in general for not that much of a cost. So it looks like with the plus, the additional insights you get are the average in the morning and the night, average by weekday, I guess individual days of the week, and by month as well. Same goes for blood pressure too. So let's check out the graph. I don't really have any data to show because I haven't put in any data over a time period, so I guess we can't really see what it would look like. But you can also do the graph for carbs, A1C, insulin, blood pressure, weight, and ketones as well. So nice. Medications, looks like you can add medications. Let's see, metformin. Okay, just generic metformin. Quantity, I guess we'll do 30. That's what we normally get a month supply. And save. Oh. So the quantity is actually the milligram amount, not the number of pills. So that was a little confusing, but nothing too bad. It looks like I can go in and fix that pretty easily. Let's try and add an insulin too and see if that works. We'll go with Novolog. And the unit, that's all the only option we have. Yeah, I can't put in a unit amount. I don't know if I'm supposed to, but I could put that in the note if I wanted to. So okay, we can do that. And I want to go back to the record now, because I think, yeah, now that I put that medication in, it's showing Novolog here for the insulin and metformin here for medication. Okay, so we can definitely, so that's where you can enter the medication. You have to go to this tab. So a little confusing there, but overall you are able to input those medications. Let's check out some of the settings. So we already looked at the report, help and feedback, suggest feature, reminders. Here we go. Looks like you can add reminders. I guess you can customize it to remind you to check glucose, weight, everything else that it measures, how often you want to do that, and at what time every day. So we'll just leave it there, and it asks us if we would like to send you notifications. Okay. Alright, so it did ask permission for the notifications. Let's see what else we have. Glucose unit. You can change that. You can change metrics. You can get rid of these things if you don't want those. So that's nice. You don't have to be annoyed by those if you don't measure your ketones or something like that. So cool feature there. You can hide those ones as well. Days for average. Alright, nice customization there. You can edit your target range. It defaults at 150, which that's what one guideline says, and another one says 130 is the high end. So good that you have that customization ability. And it also looks like you can sync it with Apple Health as well. So if you have an iPhone, that's a cool feature. And I also saw when I was downloading the app that they also have iPad and Apple Watch apps as well. So if you have either of those, you can sync the data between your watch and your iPad with your iPhone as well. So that pretty much covers everything. Looks like you don't have to create an account, or you don't create an account unless you do the plus feature. So let's get into the review. So for the purpose of the app, it seems like the purpose is to just help people with diabetes better manage their blood sugar by tracking, by providing an app that helps them track their blood sugar daily, and also provides them with additional insights and graphs and an A1C estimation with the plus feature. So diabetes is definitely an issue that requires a lot of attentiveness on the patient's part. You have to check your blood sugar daily. You have to take different doses of insulin depending on the size of the meal you eat and other factors. So having an app to help keep patients on track with all of that, I think definitely has a purpose, a good purpose. So I'll give it a 6 out of 10 for that. For the onboarding process, there was nothing really special about it, and the screen that it takes you to after the onboarding process is not a very visually appealing screen, so I'm going to give that a 1. User experience, overall, there were some parts that confused me, like trying to enter the medications and insulin there. That was one of them. Yeah, the quantity as well, that also confused me. But overall, I think it's, once you have all that information figured out, as far as entering the actual data in, I feel like it seems pretty easy. So I'll give that a 4 overall. It was just okay. The user interface, in terms of how it looks, it's this screen, I feel like that just takes away a lot of points because it is the first thing you see when you enter the app. Overall, I don't hate it. I like the headings. That's kind of just a little different, adding the blue. And it is dark mode, which I said before that I like as well. So I'll give, for user interface, I'll give it a 3 out of 10. Engagement, there wasn't much, really anything like to gamify the app, make me like engage. I do think the graph is a cool feature, especially with the plus feature where you can have it more than once a week. I feel like that is definitely something that would keep the user coming back. However, that is only, you do only get that once a week without the paid version. So it's a different, I'd say it's different scores depending on the paid version versus non-paid version. But with the paid version, I'll give it a 5 out of 10 for engagement. Data control and security, there isn't a profile section. You can download data though. I don't believe I had to put my name in it anywhere, so as far as someone stealing your data, I don't think they could take it and relate it to you in any way unless you were to get the plus features. So for security, I'll just give it a 5 because I just don't think there's much that you can take in the first place. Request notifications. They did request to give me notifications, and they asked for my permission and everything. Notifications are controllable, which is good. I can go in and turn off these if I want to. I can delete them easily just by swiping left. And you can add more. You can add more than just one. So I'll give that one a 7 out of 10. And finally, we have operational, which has to do with the business team and business model, which I think the overall purpose of the app and being able to monetize it in that way, I think it's a pretty good idea overall. And I like the features that they have, a lot of customization. They do have the graph to keep users coming back time and time again. So overall, I think I'll give this a 7 out of 10 as well. So if you give me 1 second, I'll add all that up. Alright, so if I did that math correctly, that's a total score of 38 out of 80. So close to 50%. Not bad, but could be better.